Welcome back, designers, to Silvia Designs. I'm Kat, and in today's video we are going to be making a lovely pair of fall earrings. Fall is my favorite season by far, so when I saw these cute little pinecone charms, I just knew I had to do something with them. This design uses Preciosa Crystal Bicones in a bit of an unconventional color, but all of the items you're about to see here you can get at eurekacrystalbeads.com. Go ahead and click that link below and use this code to save 15% off of your entire order. It's a great time to stock up, especially if you're planning on doing any holiday gifts or crafts this year. If you're not already, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see my brand new videos every single week. Are you ready to make a beautiful pair of fall earrings? Let's do it. Let's start by taking a look at our finished piece here. Now, as I said, I'm going to use those little pinecone charms, and I have my little bicones there, and that is actually the Smoke Topaz color. So it's actually a really beautiful little brown, and I thought that would be really sweet and a nice transition from that gold. But you can also see that it has a little sparkle to it as I move it, and it's nice and dangly. I know it's kind of hard to see at this angle, but it's really sweet and wears very well. So that is what we're going to be making here, and to do so, I'm going to be making its pair, so just know that everything I have here is just one half. Alright, so I have my little open frame ring here. I have my earring hook. I have 13 4mm bicones. Again, that color is Smoke Topaz. I have 13 head pins. I have my 3 pinecone charms, and I have my 6 jump rings there. Now we're going to be using our basic set of tools here. I have my chain nose pliers, my round nose pliers, my flush cutters, and my bent nose pliers. So if you have everything ready to go, let's get started. All right, the very first thing we're going to do is take one of our head pins, slide on a bicone, and let it fall all the way down there to the bottom. Now come in with your round nose pliers, and we're going to come in just above that little bicone. So we want to leave a little bit of space because we're going to do a wrapped wire loop. So go ahead and bend that wire backwards so we have a nice little angle. Wrap it up and over the top. Rotate your pliers. Bring that wire around. And now here's where, if you want, you can come in with your chain nose pliers to give you a little extra grip there. So grip the end. And now we're just going to wrap once, twice, and I want to add a little extra gold to this, so I'm going to actually wrap it 3 times around that wire. So I can remove my round nose pliers and come in now and snip off that excess wire. So you can just set that little scrap aside. All right, so that is one little wrapped wire loop there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat this for all but one bicone. So we're going to repeat that 11 more times. All right, so we have our 12 little wrapped wire looped dangles right here, and I have one left over, one bicone, and I have one head pin. Now to create that little piece at the top, I'm actually going to turn this head pin into an eye pin, and this is just a thing that I like to do when I don't have to drag out my eye pins, or if I am kind of in a pinch and I don't have one. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and slide that bicone down all the way and let it sit down there at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with this end over here, come in with my round nose pliers, come in about maybe 1/4 inch or so, you know, depending on how big you want your loop. So come in and flush that right up to the top. And now I'm just going to bend that wire and just rotate, 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 rotate until that wire comes to touch that little end there. And then I can remove my pliers and move them and then just bend it backwards, right? So I'm just bending it towards myself to create that little eye pin there. Now I have my bead there, so that can slide down as though this were just a regular eye pin. And because of the way this design is going to work, I have that eye pin going this way, so I'm going to do my loop going perpendicular to it at the top. So what that means is I'm going to come in right above where that bicone is, just like so, bend it back towards me, and I'm just going to scooch my pliers in a little bit because I want a little bit of a bigger loop. I'm going to wrap that up and over the top, rotate my pliers, bring it around, remove my pliers, come in with my flush cutters, and snip that off. So now I have this little dangle that I need, and now I have about a 1-inch head pin that is still usable. So I was able to use it for something, and this is something I like to do because I really don't like to have a lot of waste. So this is an option for you if you want now about a 1-inch head pin. There you go. All right, so let's attach this to our earring hook here. It's going to go right in there. So I have this loop and it's kind of partially open, and it will be open after you make a simple wire loop. So let's just go ahead and bend it back all the way to open it. I'm going to slip on my open frame and then just close that up, same as you would like a jump ring. Come to this side. Again, we're just going to open it gently. This is a really fine wire, so I can kind of do this just with my fingers and 1 plier there. You can use 2 pliers if you like. But there we go. So now we have an anchor point for the rest of our design for that assembly that's going to happen down there at the bottom. Now to assemble, we're going to take one of our jump rings and let's get it into our pliers here. I'm using my bent nose pliers to help me open those, so just give them a little twist. And now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook on 1 bicone, 1 charm, and 1 bicone. And I'm going to slip that on to my piece here. Now I'm going to work going from the left to the right. You can do it either way. It's going to be a mirrored pattern, but I just like to do it the way that I read. Okay, so that's what we have for our very first dangle there. Next, we're going to take another jump ring. Again, giving it a little twist to open. And now we're going to hook on 3 bicones, adding all the sparkle that we can. And I really do love the smoked topaz with this because it really, it's a brown, but it's not. It has a really nice little sparkle to it. All right, making sure we get a nice good closure there. Okay, so now you can see that I have my first one there and my second one here. And now we're going to do the middle one, and this one's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to open 1 more jump ring. There we go. Good grip. All right, slip on a bicone, slip on a charm, and slip on a bicone. And now I'm just going to close that up because this is going to be the center one. Oops. Make sure I get my closure nice and good. There we go. Come on, play nice. There we go. All right. So because this is going to be my center one, I want it to hang a little bit lower. So we're going to achieve that by adding another jump ring. So this is just going to create a little length. So if you're ever looking at something and it looks too crowded, try kind of hooking on an extra jump ring. So I just hooked it on to the jump ring I just added. And now I'm going to hook it on to the center there. And the reason I like to do that earring hook first is so that, you know, as things are getting kind of wobbled around here, because you have to pick it up and put it down and pick it up and put it down, I know exactly where I am. So I always like to just kind of do that to have a center point. Okay, so I have 1, then I have 2, and I have 3. So now we're just going to mirror that on the other side. So come in with that jump ring. And here we're going to do the 3 first. 1, 2, and 3. Hook it onto my hoop. And I love working with these open frame hoops. They're probably one of my most versatile pieces. You'll see me use it in a lot of videos. I think I have some brick stitch in my future. If anybody wants some fringe earrings and brick stitch, you let me know in the comments. And be vocal in the comments. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm here to help you if you got any questions about design or anything like that. All right. There we go. Look at how beautiful and fun and sparkly that is. And I think gold is just the perfect kind of fall color. You can absolutely do this in a silver as well. I just think it just looks so sweet and so pretty in that little smoked topaz there that we have, and those pine cones. I just couldn't resist. So let me know in the comments if you like this design, and just thank you so much for being here with me.
Thanks so much for watching, designers. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you want to see more tutorials just like this one. Don't forget the links to all of the items that you've seen here are down below, and shop at Eureka Crystal Beads using that special coupon code. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram so you can join in on my live Q&A classes. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.